Be with Alex Smith, I thought, was something that you can't buy. And he was able to sit there and watch a guy that's the ultimate professional on and off the field and just get an idea of the lay of the land of how things work in this league.
That was Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid this week praising former quarterback Alex Smith for mentoring Chiefs superstar Patrick Mahomes in his first season in the NFL. Smith had one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history, returning to the field 2 years after suffering a life-threatening leg injury in 2018. He's now an ESPN NFL analyst and joins us from New Orleans ahead of tonight's big game between the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks so much for your time, Alex. Patrick Mahomes was your backup on the Chiefs when he was a rookie. Now you see him playing in a third straight Super Bowl on the verge of making history. When you mentored him, what was it that you thought was important that you wanted to pass on to him?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly wasn't the secrets to playing quarterback, that's for sure. You know, I think that's the thing about mentorship is there isn't any one thing that you do. You know, I was in my 12th year of football at that point. I had gone through a lot in my career and had learned a lot and had really dialed down what it took for me, a father of 3 at that point, to be able to compartmentalize my home life and my work life and all the sacrifices that are required to be an NFL quarterback. And the unique thing about Kansas City is the quarterback room, everybody does everything together. You don't do anything alone. And so Patrick was thrust into that, and he didn't skip a beat.
You have 2 superstars tonight, Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Everyone talks about speed, about athleticism with QBs, but you've talked about intellect and how important that is with these quarterbacks, all the decisions they make on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, I think both these guys don't get enough credit for that. You know, with Patrick, I think we see the sidearm throws and the no-look passes, and a lot of the plays look like recess. And certainly improvisation is a big part of his game. But especially these last 2 years, he wins down in and down out between his ears. He's so smart. He gets the ball out faster than anybody. And to see what he's done, it's just been so impressive to see him morph his game. And the same on the other sideline. Jalen Hurts, you know, I know all the attention's on this run game and Saquon Barkley, but he's really what makes this run game go. So much of it is QB driven. He makes so many decisions. So much of what he does doesn't show up on a stat sheet. And he's certainly a big part of the reason they're here and have a chance certainly to try and knock the Chiefs off.
And we're in Washington, and I know he didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but Jaden Daniels from your former team here in Washington named Rookie of the Year. He doesn't even wear a wristband with the plays, a no-huddle offense. You boiled that down to poise and said that's something you cannot teach. So where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, Martha, because you're talking to a guy that maybe had the worst rookie season ever. And to try and do justice to what Jaden Daniels had as maybe the greatest rookie season, not just in football, but in all of sports, it's really incredible. Certainly a testament, not just to his skill set, which is very, very unique, and certainly in the playoffs and the end of the year, Jaden Daniels sitting in the pocket, beating pressure, so much of that, again, with his poise and intellect and accuracy with his arm. And again, just really, really rare to see that. And then in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, I just can't remember a rookie quarterback delivering so many times in the clutch. So just couldn't be more excited for that fan base and that organization.
And back to the Super Bowl, you know, I've often wondered, mentally, how do you tune out everything? Do they care about the crowds? Do they hear about the crowds? What do you do when you're on that field?
Yeah, you know, to me, it's not so much about the field. It's really the 2 weeks preparing for this. That's the bigger circus. You know, athletes and especially football players are creatures of habit, right? I mean, we play once a week, so you really dialed in on what a Monday looks like before a game, and a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday. Well, all of a sudden, all of that is thrown off. You know, you're in a new town, you're in New Orleans, you're living out of a hotel. The media is just crazy here. There's distractions everywhere. And so I do think that the team that can eliminate a lot of those and dial in on the details that are going to show up on Sunday is going to win. You know, certainly the Chiefs have been here a lot and are very used to the schedule and the chaotic nature that is Super Bowl week. But on the same time, so have the Eagles. You know, they were here 2 years ago. They know this well. They have great leadership. So I don't see that being a huge issue or an advantage, so to speak, for either team. But certainly I think when the lights are the brightest, I think the team that can block that out certainly has an upper hand.
And you've been very diplomatic in that answer. I won't even ask you who's going to win because I think you kind of explained that. Thanks for joining us this morning, Alex. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Martha.